Everyone, Joanna Guerner, Global Expansion Team Member here from Perth, WA, Australia. I'm really excited to show everybody how to build a stable and thriving Herbalife business with being able to produce at least 10,000 personal volume points every month, but then also having team members that have qualified as supervisors after that, helping them also do the same thing and having them automatically do it. So there's a couple of first things that you need to kind of master and grasp your head around before you can kind of look at always consistently doing a 10,000 volume point month. So for example, a couple of things to master, there's 3, okay? So 1 is how to use the products yourself. Number 2 is how to get 1 customer. Because obviously we all know if you can get 1 customer, you know how to get 2, you know how to get 5, you know how to get 100. Okay, now a key in learning how to get 1 customer, just so you know, I heard this recently at an extravaganza. One of the speakers was saying you become a retail expert once you've had 50 customers. So you might want to compress that time frame of when of how long you take to become an expert in retailing. So for example, if you're only going to get 2 customers a month, to get to 50, it's going to take you, 2 years to become an expert in retail in Herbalife. So compress your time frame and your learning curve in how to become an expert in retail, and try and look at getting 20 customers per month so that you can learn how to obviously do this within 6 months maybe. So that's just a little tip there anyway, but just learn how to get 1 new customer. And number 3 is learn how to get 1 new distributor for the same reasons, okay? Now, we all need a job description, okay? Everybody needs a job description, and it's very difficult without a job description to know what you need to be doing every single day or every single month. And this is where it becomes very difficult in balancing your Herbalife work once you get momentum running, if you aren't checking yourself in the sense that you're not doing your job description. So what I mean is, often, we get all this momentum happening, and then we have team members and we solely go and help the team members because we're so busy there. And then we completely forget about our own retail and our own getting of new distributors. And, if something happens with the team that you've got at the moment, maybe something happens in their life, they get distracted, or it's not going the way it was meant to go, then you're kind of left with nothing, and you have to start all over again with your momentum because you've dropped your first line, your activity yourself. So by having a job description, it allows you to understand, look, I'm going to do both, and finding an easy way, a fun way, a stable way to doing both. So your job description in Herbalife, aka from Susan Peterson, the number 1 distributor in the world, is your job, not your upline's job, not your downline's job, but your job is a few things. Number 1, to get new customers every month. That's your job. New customers every month. Number 2 is your job is to get new team members every month. Okay? And number 3 is your job is to use the products and become an expert in how to use the products and shop from your own shop. Okay? So there's 3 roles to your job description. Getting new customers every month, getting new distributors every month, new team members every month, and using the products and shopping from your own shop every month. So if you're using a shampoo that isn't a Herbalife shampoo, you're not shopping from your own shop. Okay? Now that we've got that all in place, okay, you got to understand that once you start doing that, you're going to have new customers, new distributors that you're working with, and you've built that momentum up probably in a month. And then, next month you're going to be dealing, with the existing customers and the existing distributors, upgrading them, helping them build teams, etc. But you've got to also then be doing new customers, new distributors yourself. So you're going to get a little busy, and that's okay. That's beautiful. That's exactly what you want to happen from your business. And it becomes easier and easier to find that balance. But if you've got a great system yourself and a really clear plan for each and every step, then it's so easy. Okay. So now I'm going to go into what's the reality? How do you actually achieve 10,000 volume points in 1 month? Now, you can be completely brand new as of today. Okay, anybody can do this. And I'll be totally honest with you. When I first heard 10,000 volume points, I went, what now? That is just ginormous. How on earth am I going to get 10,000 volume points? It seems like a really far thing away if you've never done it before. But it's just like with anything in life as well as Herbalife. Once you've done it before, once you've done it once, you always know how to do it again, okay? And it's kind of like the first time you get a customer, you think it's a long way away, and then once you do it, you go, oh, that wasn't really very hard. Same with people first achieving 2,500 volume points or 5,000 volume points. They think, oh my God, it's going to be so big. They do it and go, wow, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so same thing with 10,000 volume points. And to be honest, if you're doing your job description, it's kind of impossible not to do it every single month consistently. Okay, so how to do 10,000 from scratch. Okay, I'm going to give you some tips, and then I'm going to give you an example of the breakdown, the actual breakdown of what it could look like. So my first tip is to take advantage of all levels in the marketing plan, as well as all ways of qualifying for these levels in the marketing plan. So you've got senior consultant, success builder, qualified producer, supervisor, etc. And then all the different ways of being able to qualify for each of those positions. Okay, so how do you achieve 10,000 volume points in 1 month? There are many different ways. For example, one way could be you bring in 2 supervisors who do it in 1 month. So they do one does 4,000, one does 4,000, and you have retail customers and you do 2,000 volume through customers and your own personal use. Okay. The second way of doing it is maybe you have a line of supervisors go through. So maybe there's 1 line of supervisors. So that means maybe let's go with 3 people become supervisor together and they hit 6,000 volume points. And then, you've got some retail and you've got some other distributors, maybe they did senior consultant, etc., and it builds up to 10. Another way is very simple. You have maybe 2 lines of supervisors go through. So it could be a line of 2 people, so they hit 5,000. 5,000 is 10. Or you've had 2 lines of supervisors, but they did 6,000, 6,000, 12,000, okay? Very simple ways of doing it. That can totally be how you do it. And lines of supervisors, so partnering up with supervisor, is still the number one way to go about becoming a supervisor. So that's a fantastic way of also hitting 10,000 volume points, okay? But another way, if you are using the accumulation method as well as supervisor in 1 month and partnering up and lines and doing all methods, is I'm going to show you the breakdown of the reality of how I've done it, which is a mixture of all of them. I've never once done it by single people going through. So I'm going to show you how to do that with a multiple. So, for example, and my little ones here. So we're going to have a kid-friendly explanation of how to do 10,000 volume points. But look, the breakdown for me anyway, in the last couple of months, for example, is January I did 14,412 personal volume points. February was 16,453.95. March was 12,533.48. April was 11,647. May was 14,665.10. Okay, I'm going to go with that because the next one's not finished yet, so we don't know what we're going to end on. So I'm going to give you an example of how I did, let's go with each month, really. I'll show you how much I did on each month. So in January, I had 2 people do 2,500 volume points each. So they were starting, they were doing supervisor through 2 months in a row, okay? I had 1 person finish off their supervisor accumulation. I personally retailed 2,497.8. And I had 2,136.3 volume was done by existing distributors. So existing distributors who were already whatever level they were at, placing orders for them and their customers. And then, this is the real key one, is I had 3,708.9 volume happen from VIP customers. So a lot of my customers, I